ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ। ਆਸਾ ਬਾਣੀ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਨਾਮਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਕੀ। ਏਕ ਅਨੇਕ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਪੂਰਕ ਜਤ ਦੇਖੋ ਤਤ ਸੋਈ। ਮਾਇਆ ਚਿਤਰ ਬਚਿਤਰ ਬਿਮੋਹਿਤ ਬਿਰਲਾ ਬੂਝੈ ਕੋਈ। ਸਭ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹੈ गोविंद बिन नहीं कोई। सूत एक मन सत सहंस जैसे ओत पोत प्रभ सोई रहाओ। जल तरंग अरफेन बुध बुदा जल ते भिन ना हुई। एओ परपंच पार ब्रह्म की लीला विचरत आड़ न होई। मिथ्या परम अर सुपन मनोरथ सत पदार्थ जानिया। सुकृत मनसा गुर उपदेसी जागत ही मन मान्या। कहत नाम देव हर की रचना देखो हृदय विचारी। कट कट अंतर सर्व निरंतर केवल एक मुरारी। कहत नाम देव हर की रचना देखो हृदय विचारी। कट कट अंतर सर्व निरंतर केवल एक मुरारी। Guru Pyare Sad Sangat ji, today I'm going to do a little bit of Katha, a little bit of Vyakhya. This is the first time I have done this, so please bear with me and let's get through this together. Guru Nanak Dev Ji did not believe in God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji knew God. And there's a very big difference. And while we still believe in God, God always remains very far away. And why is that? We talk about dedicating our life to God. We talk about understanding God. But what do we really mean? What is God? Do we think God is a mystical being sitting in the clouds with a big white beard looking down upon us? Is he really that far away? The truth is, the Gurmat wisdom can be explained very simply, very intelligently with one digit. Ik. Ik means everything in the whole creation that has been created by God. The whole creation is one thing, but looks like many, many different things. For example, you can go out into nature and you can look at the mountains, you can look at a lake, you can look at fields, you can look at the backdrop of a beautiful forest. And we'll say, wow, Vaheguru, that creation that you have made, it's wonderful, it's fantastic. It looks really, really good. We say that in a tense that makes Vaheguru seem very far away from us. And we still say thank you very much, Vaheguru, but we're talking to somebody else. We're talking to Vaheguru as if he is somebody else. In the same way that the wave is part of the ocean, man does not understand he is actually God. It's a very simple analogy. Sab gobind hai, sab gobind hai, gobind bin nahi koi. Everything is God. Everything is God. There is nothing else. Bhagat Namdev Ji says this twice. He doesn't say Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bin nahi koi. He says Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai. Understand this concept. It's said twice. It's very important. And what Bhagat Namdev Ji says, the God that we crave and the God that we pray for and pray to is actually very, very close to us. So what do we do with this wisdom? And how can we change our lives with this knowledge that we are God? We are part of God. For example, can we accept that all of the people that we don't like, they are God? Can we look so openly like that? We'd say, how can they be God? We don't like that person. They've done something terrible against us. We really don't like that. However, that way of thinking allows us to have enemies. Guru's way of thinking does not allow us to have enemies. And that all falls under Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bin nahi koi. Everything is God, everything is God. There is nothing except for God. We have to see everybody and everything as the same. And that really hurts our ego. So how can we make God real? How can we take a concept like God and understand? How can we see God? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, if you want to walk on the path, you have to give something up. And that something is our ego. It's very, very simple. It's said many, many times in Gurbani about giving up ego. We can't keep coming to Guru Sahib with a big shopping list, standing here and saying, I want this, I want that. No, we have to give something up, actually. And that's a very important thing. Joto prem khilan ka chao, sir tar tali gali meri aao. So Joto prem khilan ka chao. Guruji says, if you want to play this game of love with me, step onto this path. Come walk with me with your head in your hands. And what does that actually mean? Does it mean physically chop your head off and go and walk and that's how we'll get to God? It doesn't actually. What is this game of love that Guruji talks about? Like any game, there's regulations and rules and terms and conditions that we have to adhere to. And Guruji says that this game is about love, the game of love. So how do you get to the table to play this game? That's another big question. What do we have to do? Like I said earlier, we need to sacrifice something, and there's an understanding that we have to have. The terms of the game are to leave and let go of our ego. That's the biggest thing. Where there is no ego, only love remains. And that's a very important concept. So what is this game of love? Is leaving our ego. Where there is ego, there's no love. It's extremely simple, but very difficult to do. The analogy of placing your head in your hands is about leaving your ego at the gate before you walk along the path of Guru Sahib's hukum. So with the absence of ego, walk along this path, and Guruji says, give me your head and do not pay any attention to public opinion. What does that mean? Give me your head and do not worry what the public say. People will not be happy if you follow the one, if you join with Guru. People will disagree with you, people may call you names, but it's only through the Shabad Guru. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself actually had to experience this firsthand. He was criticized for accepting and preaching that we are all one. And there's a Shabad here, Koi aakhe putana, ko kahe betala. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has written this on Ang 991. Koi aakhe putana, ko kahe betala, koi aakhe admi nanak vechara. Paya devana shahaka nanak borana, ho har bin avar na jana raha. Koi aakhe putana. Some people called him a ghost. Koi kahe ko kahe betala. Some people called him a demon. This is Guruji we're talking about here. Somebody said, oh, Vichara Nanak, he's just a normal mortal, he's a mere mortal. Some called him a mere mortal. Baya Devana Shahaka, Nanak Bodana, crazy Nanak has gone inside. Lord, this God, this oneness, he's preaching it, he's going out saying that we are God and God is us. God is in the creation, God is in the lakes, God is in the birds. People of high caste couldn't accept that in India. They did not acknowledge that this philosophy was so universal. Ho harbin aur na jana. Guruji says, I know nothing other than my Lord Guru. So in conclusion, we've spoke a little bit about ego. The I am in me, the self, has to disappear. When we get rid of the I am, when we think of ourselves, the ego, what's left? That's God, actually. That's love, actually. That's the only thing that is important in this. And if we keep hold of our ego, then we can't actually walk on the path of Guru Sahib. We can't man the hukum of Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So how can we learn from this today? That's the big question. What can we take from this Shabad that we've discussed? Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We have to act today. We have to change the way we think. We have to treat Vaheguru as if he's here. Understanding the wisdom of the Shabad Guru so that we can help each other, so that we can help the world, actually. If this was happening, there would be no wars, there would be no enemies, everybody would acknowledge each other. And in conclusion, the Guru really is the wisdom in this age of Kaljug. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki